So Lulu, out of curiosity, how long after someone passes away in a home, do you have to disclose it on the disclosures?
Definitely, you have to disclose it on your TDS and SPQ. Why do some houses feel off even when they're brand new?
I would say, first of all, when you walk into a home, there's this energy and vibe certain homes have.
Yeah. What's the one piece of advice you'd give to someone buying their first home but doesn't trust anyone?
I think the advice I would give that first-time home buyer is definitely find someone you trust who knows real estate to guide you through the process.
Yeah.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Lulu and Aatika show. I'm really excited that you guys could join us here today. Thank you for supporting us, watching our content, giving us feedback, and answering our questions. We really appreciate each and every one of you. I'm here with my co-host, Lulu Logan.
Hi.
And we're going to talk about a few interesting topics today, something that hits close to home, loyalty in real estate, or lack of it.
True. I guess there's a lot of lack of it, right? Especially these days, 2025.
Yes.
With technology evolving, loyalty is a past tense. It doesn't exist.
Yes, I agree with you. There's a lot of dishonesty, and you feel like you've built a relationship with the client when you've met them at least for the 8th time. And you have this rapport, you know everything about their family, and you have these personal conversations. And then you find out a couple months later that they're closing with another realtor, and they've been receiving your texts, they've been responding to them. So the art of ghosting, they've mastered it.
It's an epidemic. And honestly, it's like I told you before, it's not just in real estate. I think it's in every industry. Because information is at the tip of our fingertip. Right?
Yes.
Everyone has a cell phone. Everyone has an iPad, computer, laptop, and information is just being pushed in front of your face now.
Yeah.
And now with AI, it's just even more rapid.
Yes.
I think it makes you step back and look and say, what am I doing wrong? And actually, it's not what are you doing wrong? It's what do I need to do to jump on this train? Because, and I'm an analytical girl, I look at the whole pie, and if it's 10% before, 15, 20%, it's growing sector of people saying, I can just use somebody else. I can actually do it myself.
Yeah.
Because I'm a DIY. I learned everything on my own.
I can learn everything through YouTube.
Yeah.
Crash course on YouTube.
I'm an expert at everything. So I really don't need you. Right? And that's everyone's attitude in whatever you're doing, right? That's some people say, I don't need an electrician because I learned it on YouTube. Yeah. I don't need a realtor to sell my house because I learned it on YouTube. I can do for sale by owner. Yeah. And honestly, I think we need to look at that, right?
Yes.
We call it, there's no loyalty, but I think
the buyers have evolved.
Yeah.
And I just feel like there are way too many options out there. A
100%.
lot of these third-party websites promoting, agents as well. So I can book a tour on one platform and then go to the other platform and book a tour with another agent. So you keep shopping around. But this is the buyer's perspective. What about the realtor's perspective? I feel like they need to acknowledge that any realtor who's opening a door for you, time is of value. So they're taking out time out of their schedule. They could have a family at home waiting for them. They could be doing some chores they had to leave to come and open that door for you. But if as a buyer, you're not going to acknowledge that their time is of value, then as a realtor, how do you protect yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. And it evolves the word loyalty to actually respect. Right? Are they respecting your time? Are you looking as a realtor? Are you looking for respect? Or are you looking for loyalty? I think we're looking for both.
Yes.
Right? Don't you think? So it makes you think, hey, is a BRBC enough? And I don't think BRBC, I think BRBC is just a Band-Aid, to be honest.
Yes.
It has no weight to solving or addressing the real problem that realtors have. It's just a Band-Aid for,
a temporary Band-Aid, that too.
That addresses some,
It prevents the buyer from shopping around for a certain amount of time. But then if you're able to terminate that BRBC, even by a communication or verbally. So what is the weight?
It's legal. You can do that. You can terminate any time. So there's no
Exactly.
loyalty to
There's
that.
no loyalty.
That BRBC is just paperwork to cover the disagreement or the lawsuit that went on with Cardinal. It has nothing, it doesn't help us as boots, I always say this, as boots on the ground, right?
Yeah.
What are you doing to cover yourself? And unfortunately, or fortunately, it's forcing us, boots on the ground, to come up with a solution on our own.
Yes.
And I always talk about this, and I don't know, everyone in associations and groups will probably, turn over in their deathbed right now if they hear me talk about this. But at the end of the day, why are the associations around? Why are there brokerages? And why do we need to be a part of these brokerages and these associations if they're not truly helping us as boots on the ground, right? Mm-hmm. They want another paperwork, sign this, sign that. But our real problem is, hey, it's taking our time out to go show homes, to consult with clients, and my time is valuable. So how do I get paid? That's the elephant in the room. How do I get paid for my time? Mm-hmm. It's just complete disrespect to sit down with somebody and give them all this information for free. And we're all about helping people.
Yes.
But I don't think it's reciprocated, saying, hey, they're giving me this time. They're sharing all this information. I work hard. I don't know if you know I work hard, but I work hard.
I know you
and
work
I
hard.
think and I think I know I should be paid for this time, but I'm giving you as a courtesy that this is free consultation.
Yes.
Give me the courtesy that you're going to stick with me if I'm going to be with you for the next 2 or 3 months.
To be honest, if they were to tell me that they don't want to work with me, I would respect that buyer more.
Yeah.
Than having to kind of waste my time.
Or get ghosted.
Or
pretend that they're still looking, but they're not looking because they already bought a house.
Yes. And telling me that, hey, we're not in the market right now. And then a month later, when I look you up, you've already bought a home with some random realtor from another county.
Believe me, Aatika looks you up.
I do look you up. If you ghost me,
honest.
I'm going to look you up, and I will send you a congratulations message on your new home, because at the end of the
should.
Day, I am happy for you.
And guess what? Send a postcard and send a drip campaign to them.
Yeah, but I don't know. I respect my buyer's time too. If someone is living in the Bay Area and wants to purchase a home in Central Valley, I will not call them 10 times to come and see the property. I actually go to the property, record an entire tour, and then send it over so that if they don't like it or they like it, they can come and see it. So if as a realtor, I am trying to respect your time, I want you to reciprocate that respect in return.
Yep. And you know what? I always go, you know me, I make the environment uncomfortable. So this is what I do. They ghost me. I find out that they bought a house. I'll send them congratulatory texts. Yeah. Or call them and say, hey, congratulations. I just found out you bought a home 2 weeks ago. Great. Thank you for answering my call. So what, can I ask you a quick question? And they're going to go, what, Lulu? Why didn't you pick me?
Out of curiosity.
Out of curiosity, just so I can improve. Mm-hmm. What was the reason why you didn't end up closing with me? And I think feedback is great. And a lot of the feedback is, hey, it was just, I went out with this one realtor and it was the right time. So we love the home, and that's why we move forward with this realtor. There was other times where I had realtors steal my client, right? Steal. But what am I going to do? Sue them, right? It's like, and when I literally say steal, we've been shopping for 2-3 months. Yeah. And then they go out and then because someone's related or some friend, they'll say, hey, I'll just use my friend instead of you going through Lulu, who's spent 3 months with me, 8 to 10 hours a week, reviewing disclosures and everything. I'm just going to use my friend, right? And so there's no real rhyme or reason why they didn't use me. It's just, again, it goes back to no loyalty and no respect.
Yeah, like I showed a home to a client, I believe last month. Maybe we toured like a couple properties together, and I was like, so I'm going to email the BRBC to you. And he said, yeah, I can sign it if it's per property. I said, why can't you sign it if it's longer than per property? How about a month of representation? I mean, I always offer that minimum 1 month representation period. I was like, why don't you want to sign it for like a month? And he said, oh, the thing is, I have a friend in the Bay Area who is a realtor and he does not have access to properties in San Joaquin County. He cannot review them, which is why I wanted to reach out to you. I said, that's wonderful. So why don't you sign a BRBC for San Joaquin County? And if you were to purchase something in wherever your realtor friend is in that county, you can just purchase that with him. And he said, yeah, sure, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. And then I started sending him listings. I mean, I always ask them what their criteria area is. And every week I will send them whatever is on the market. Anything that reminds me of my client, I'll send it over to them. And I do that with like 75, 80 clients right now, So I'm like sending them weekly text messages to stay top of mind, and so that they know that nurturing, and they also should know that I want them to be happy. So I have filtered all these listings for them. I add them to the MLS alert. So we do a lot on our end, right? And then I send him this property. I'm like, this is the perfect fit for you. It's everything you had. Describe me as your dream home. We should definitely
go check it out.
Go check it out. And there's an open house this weekend. I'll meet you at the open house. And he's like, oh, actually, how about I just go to the open house myself? I said, I'll meet you there, then we can go over the disclosures together after the tour. And he's like, no, I really insist. I don't want to waste your time. I want to go to the property myself. I was like, okay, will you call me after the tour to give me feedback so that, we can follow up with the listing agent? And he's like, yeah, if there are any properties which don't have open houses, then I'm going to call you. And to be honest, my gut feeling and my sixth sense was like,
hey, I'm not a showing agent.
I was like, something's off. And I always tell all these buyers that, hey, if you're looking for a showing agent, that's not me. I'm a buyer's agent. I will represent you in the transaction to my best capacity. And if you want someone to just open doors, that's not the service I provide. So I'll give you the full end service, represent you, negotiate, disclose, help you, protect you, guide you, educate you, but I am not a showing agent. And then I do follow up with him a couple days later after this open house. And I said, hey, how did the open house go? I'm pretty sure you loved the property. It was everything you wanted. And he tells me, oh, we're pending on that property. And I was like, wow. And he said, oh, it's not...
Was it his friend from the Bay Area that submitted?
Yes. I was like, did somebody represent you? And he said, yes. Oh, you remember my realtor friend? I said, yeah, the one who didn't have access to properties here. So how did he get access to the information? He said, oh, basically this guy kind of coordinated with the listing agent and shared the details and had him send everything over. But do you see, I would just respect it if you would be honest with me. Just transparently tell me that you want to work with someone else, and I will not waste my time either. We have to respect each other in any industry, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So there are plenty of other horror stories, but there are good ones too out there. I mean,
yes, this is not the majority of our transactions, but at the end of the day,
a few of them.
You run into
like a bittersweet feeling at the end of the day, I mean,
you pick up your losses and you move forward. You stay resilient, especially in this industry.
Especially when you're dealing with like 100+ buyer clients. And obviously every buyer is super important, and based on how soon they want to buy, I usually reach out to them. If someone tells me, oh, hey, reach out to me in July. Yeah. I just want to wait for the stock market to get better. Yeah. So that I can have a, better down payment. I don't want to liquidate right now. I said, sure. I will make a note of, contact this client in July. So there are plenty of clients like that who have paused and come back from the dead.
Yeah. We call it that. Yeah, definitely. It's kind of our internal terminology. Yes. Cold clients
who have risen from the dead.
Yes.
But I really respect that, because they, even though they could have worked with somebody in all these months, they always come back and they're like, hey.
Because you've been top of mind.
I've been top of mind. I reach out to them. Hey, is this a good time for you? Do you think you want to start searching right now? Are you comfortable right now? Something came on the market. It's exactly what you wanted. And some people have actually resumed their search and, purchase a property. But you have the ones who've constantly been working it, kind of like ghosting you. And then you have this...
we call them users. They're moochers. I don't know. I can say more, but I won't.
But there was this other client of mine, though, very, very sweet. I've been working with her since January. And then she told me maybe in March that she might be relocating. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. Why are you relocating? She said, because of a job and stuff. I said, oh, that's wonderful. If you do decide to stay back, I would love to help you, and reach out to me if you do. And then she does reach out to me end of April. And she's like, hey, Aatika, we have decided not to relocate and we want to continue searching. And I have recommended like a bunch of these new construction community homes. Yeah. Because they were like more affordable at that point, and then they were offering these amazing incentives, and they were working out for her. And she did go tour those homes, and she let them know that, hey, we're working with a realtor and we would like her to represent us. But I was in awe, and I was so humbled by, her reaching out to me. I said, I feel so grateful for a client like you. Even though you had said that you might relocate, you did reach out to me, and I respect that. I respect the fact that you value my time. And then the very next day, I was like, you know what? Let's go to that community again, and I would love to go over everything with you. Yeah, it was.
And I think the community just needs to understand that it's just being respectful, because at the end of the day, if the community doesn't understand the amount of time realtors actually put in, that there's a lot of glorified movies and shows and attitude out there like this is easy. It's not easy.
It's not easy.
On the selling side and the buying side, and trying to just support the community and purchasing and selling their property takes a lot of work.
Yes.
And unfortunately, and I'm not going to release it now, but we're going to mastermind on how to address this issue.
Yes.
So to be determined.
To be determined what we come up with.
We're going to come up with something, and we're going to definitely address, because you can turn your cheek all the time to, if I were to calculate the percentage of how many times this happens within our
industry,
the number of clients that we go through a month, right? Maybe less than 3% or 4% are fall in this category, but it is an issue, and it's something we shouldn't turn our back on, right? Let's look and listen. And I always, you know me, I'm like, why are they acting like this? And what's the reason? What's the feedback? Let's come up with a solution.
Yes.
I'm a very solution-driven person.
I agree with you. You have a solution for everything.
Yeah.
And a strategy for everything too, which is why we're called realtor strategists. We will strategize every problem, every issue.
And we'll look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right?
Yes.
We did that yesterday.
Yes.
So for one client. And we came up with 6 strategies?
Yes.
And it's like, which one do you want? We have an option for you. And it's not, I won't talk about Krabby Patty cakes, but it's not just one solution.
What?
Inside joke.
Yeah.
It's not one solution, right? It's, hey, I'm the realtor. I'm the expert. I'm the license holder. You're only going to choose my solution, my only solution, only unilateral solution. And that's not our approach.
Yes, our approach is to learn more about this client, to find out everything about them, how they are, what's their financial position, or what are their goals, what do they want from this transaction.
What type of coffee they drink in the morning. Pretty much, right? Pretty much,
yes. So we have to develop that relationship, and I think you earn their trust that way as well. So definitely sometimes we just have to earn their trust and loyalty and respect.
And at the end of the day, I think that's what we do great at. I think it's the reciprocity of respect in the beginning, right? You should just have respect. Yes. And some 4 or 5% of our clients don't. And yes, we don't have that relationship built, but we want to build it with you. It's just, if you're going to come to the table and ask for our guidance or help, have the initial respect, because we're already giving that to you free. Don't even ask. It's automatic.
It's automatic. Right? Yes.
Yeah.
One of my really sweet clients though, last week, all these new construction, I really like the new construction communities, but the ones who don't co-op with other agents, it hurts. Like, I wish you understood how much it hurts, Mr. Builder.
I've already placed 4 or 5 with that builder that doesn't co-op, right?
Yes.
And I'm best friends with the sales agent by now, right? Yeah. Because and she invited me to dinner, by the way. Lulu, you brought so many people to me.
Yes.
I'd love to invite you to dinner. And it's
and to be honest, I love that builder and his construction and the community.
Yeah.
And I would love to promote it more. But unfortunately, they don't co-op. And I lost a few clients in the last couple of months to that particular builder.
And we'll still help you.
We will help you. And it was very nice of them. I mean, that's respectable. I've been working with them for a few months. But they called me saying that, hey, we love a home in this community. And we did tell them you're a realtor, but unfortunately they don't compensate agents. I said, that's fine. I'm so happy for you, because they were looking for a home and I really wanted to do right by them. And I'm so happy that they found a home that they liked. So I was like, I'm so happy for you. And he said, I'm still going to write you the best review because I had such a great experience. I said, that is the biggest gift you can give me.
100%.
So
all day long I'll get reviews, even though we both need to work on the reviews. Yes. We could get a lot, but we're just so entrenched with
just the
helping and guiding,
and representing and the guiding that we fall short when it comes to asking for
that
reviews.
That is an area we need to improve for sure.
Yeah.
So are we ready to do our random questions?
Sure.
Q&A?
Yes.
So we're going to play, I don't know if this is a game, but
Is it like a rapid fire?
rapid
Lulu?
fire. It's like dating. What is that? Speed dating? Speed real estate questions? I don't know. All right. Random questions. Why do some houses feel off even when they're brand new?
I would say, first of all, when you walk into a home, there's this energy and vibe certain homes have.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the amount of light that enters that home. For example, large windows. Those homes always have this really positive and
Oh, yeah.
amazing vibe. The clients are happy, you're happy. You don't need any background music. You don't even need like great staging sometimes. It's just the vibe of that home. And sometimes homes, even though they might have large windows, but are positioned in such a way that they're just so dark.
Yeah.
And you're like squinting, trying to look at each other. So at least that is what I would say. What do you think about that?
100%. There's this one story where this house was in the market. It shouldn't have been 4-bedroom, 3-bath. It shouldn't have been 750,000, right? It should have been closer to 900,000 based on square footage in the area. And I'm like, what is this house? I need to go check it out. It looks great on the outside. Great curb appeal. Awesome. Opened the door, wanted to check it out by myself. And I am literally looking in every corner and it's so dark. Okay. The windows were open, literally.
Yeah.
The blinds were up,
Yeah.
windows open. It was so dark. The owner had put some film on the windows. So it's like a tint, right? And I'm like, how is this house still so dark? Turn on all the lights.
Yes.
Another level of darkness. It was like,
Just
it was like when you turn on the lights, it's like I'm having a candlelight dinner, right? I'm like, what do they do
Maybe
here?
they were very romantic, Lulu. Did you ever think about that?
They had carpets on the floor. So I don't know if it was like some kind of,
Romantic space.
prayer area. Quack. There was no furniture in the house. It was just carpet on the floor.
What are more off vibes though? I think for me it's mainly light.
It's light. They had tint on all the windows. But why would you pray like that? Would you
They were
pray?
praying?
No. If they had the carpet, I was thinking they're praying for the carpet, right?
Yeah.
So why would it be dark though?
I think maybe it was, those films where people cannot see inside, the reflective ones? Was it something like that?
It was dark. You can't. No lights come in, and all you saw was just Sam's prayer mat everywhere.
Maybe it was just the house which was dark.
I
Sometimes
was like-
houses are just like dark.
Yeah, but it was every room, every single room.
Was it like a private?
I don't know, but
Muslim?
it was 750,000.
So Lulu, out of curiosity, how long after someone passes away in a home, like, do you have to disclose it on the disclosures?
Definitely, you have to disclose it on your TDS and SBQ. Those are forms from the seller standpoint that they need to fill out to let you know what happened in their home. I remember this one place in Stockton. Oh my God. It was so funny because it went on the market and I think it was just the first day. And there was a van in front of this house in Stockton. And it was like a cleanup crew. I don't know what it was. It was weird. It was just an eerie feeling. And I'm walking in and we're like, okay, this just came on the market and it's pretty cheap because I have a lot of investors trying to look for investment homes. I walk up to the property and this crew is just cleaning inside. And I see a carpet with red stains inside.
Oh my God.
The home. And I'm like, oh my God, what is going on in here? And they're not saying anything to me, right? So I leave and I'm like, that looks pretty freaking scary. Let me go look at the TDS and SPQ.
What did it say?
Nothing. It didn't say anything. It didn't say there was a murder, nothing.
So if there is a murder, do they have to disclose that on the TDS? Or do they just have to say
They have
someone?
to say it's a death. And then if it was a violent death, right? Mm-hmm. So yeah. I don't know. Would you buy something, a home when there was a death? 2, if it was a violent death?
I feel like
no and no.
No and no. Just because I'm all about the vibes and energy of a place.
Yeah.
And I feel like it can stay in that home.
Yeah.
What if it gets possessed and haunted by this person who died violently?
So you want to hear a story? I'll tell you another story. I hope he doesn't get mad at me. I'm not going to say any names. So I used to live in Los Angeles, Orange County, to be exact. And I had a good friend that said, Lulu, come with me, because he obviously wanted to move into a bigger house. Mm-hmm. and just rent a house. And he says, hey, come with me because I know you're in real estate, blah, blah, blah. And I want you to see if this is a good area for us. So we went to, what was the place called? Anyways, we went to this house. And the minute we walked in, it was a single story, 3-bedroom house, 2-bath. And it had a big backyard. And he loved the backyard because he loved to entertain. And we had a lot of friends down there. And he's like, what do you think? You think she's going to like it? And his wife is Michoacan. She's Catholic. And I said, yeah, this place looks amazing. It's here. It's in a great area. But there's one thing. I said, what? He goes, the owner died in here. I'm like, oh my God, she's going to be so upset at you if you don't say anything. He goes, we can't. I really like the location. I like the schools nearby and I like the backyard. And he was atheist. He didn't believe in ghosts, hauntings, nothing. Okay. They move in. We throw this party. Congratulations, blah, blah, blah. 2-3 months later, his wife is cooking in the kitchen and she's cutting whatever vegetables. And then I guess the kitchen is where they hang pots. It's decorative, right?
Okay.
They hang it.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, one of the pots fell directly on top of the counter and breaks the granite counter.
Oh my God.
How granite, it's impossible.
It's impossible.
It wasn't banged, it just dropped and it broke the granite counter. She turns around, she's like panting and she goes, oh my God. And she calls her husband to come home.
Yeah.
Because he's working. And he goes, stop making a big deal. The thing was probably loose, it dropped, it wasn't a big deal. And she writes it off. And then later, a couple months later again, she feels this overwhelming, I don't know, spirit or something.
Yeah, like a weird feeling.
A weird feeling. And she goes, I feel off. I don't know what it is. And she just had a baby. And he's like, it's postpartum. It's postpartum. He goes, no, I don't feel right. There's something in this house. There's something in this house.
Oh my goodness.
So later on that evening, we have a barbecue again. And he takes me to the side and he goes, I have to tell you something. And I said, what? Tells me the stories. And I'm like, you need to tell her. You need to tell her. What do you think? He goes, I don't believe in this stuff. This is crazy. I don't believe in this stuff. So he goes, I'll tell her tomorrow. And so fast forward, I don't end up driving home that night. You know, we're having a good time.
Yeah.
So he's like, just sleep in the extra room, Lulu.
Oh my.
Just sleep in the extra room. And I said, okay. So I sleep in the extra room.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. And I swear to God, I don't know what it's called, but in the middle of the night, I feel like this spirit or something is literally sitting on top of me.
Oh my
and I
God.
could not get up or scream or grab the door to the bedroom. And I'm like, I'm thinking, am I dreaming? I'm screaming, but I can't hear myself.
Oh my God.
And then I'm like, what is going on? What is going on? And then I finally get up from my bed, right? I literally get up and I open the door. It's quiet outside. I'm like, there is something going on in this freaking house.
Could have been a djinn.
I was
Or a ghost.
freaking out. So fast forward.
You're joking.
I'm joking.
Oh my God, Lulu.
And I swear to God, if he hears this, please don't get mad at me.
Oh my God. What are you saying?
Is it true? Is it fake? I don't know. But
How do you know she got possessed? Or did her husband?
there was more stories. There's more stories. And they live in the area? No. They lived far away. They live out of state now. I'm not really in touch with the family anymore, which I'm really, really sad about. But that was a very close relationship that I had, that experienced that. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, I literally experienced it too.
Which is why a lot of bar clans are very specific. You have to tell us, did somebody die in this house?
Mind you, he was an atheist, right? There's another story where he ended up feeling it too. So he ended up becoming a believer
Because
of what happened, because something happened to him directly where he didn't believe any of this, and it showed itself. Yes. Yeah.
Oh my God. See, that's why.
So do you believe it?
You know what I do? I walked into this property the eeriest feeling ever. I started calling my sister and I'm like, I think you need to be on the call. I'm waiting for my clients. They're late. They're like 20 minutes late. And I don't want to stand inside this house. It just has such a weird and creepy vibe, even though they had remodeled it a little bit. But just parts of it was very, very like creepy. And I don't know, I feel like you can actually feel that. You can. There's this weird aura, or I don't know, you can feel it. And then I called my sister. I'm like, just stay on the line. Then the clients walked in. And then, I just showed them the home. And I was like, I'm just going to go home and send you the property disclosures. I opened up the disclosures to read about the property. And it said someone passed away in that house 2 weeks ago.
Oh my goodness.
2 weeks ago, Lulu. 2 weeks ago. And I was like, it had such an eerie vibe. It was, I think that old person was still like living and haunting that home, or
no,
I don't know.
In your belief, don't you have to say a prayer before you walk into homes like that?
So I always say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim means protect me from the shaitan. That's what it means.
Yeah.
And Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim before I walk into, or before I do anything, or before I walk into any home, I always say that. And then,
especially if you have a belief, right? Like you.
And we do have like, protection duas I recite. Most Muslims recite those, but you still get that feeling. Maybe it'll help you from getting possessed. And we believe that if you have really long and pretty beautiful hair, the jinns get attracted to them and stuff.
Oh my God.
It's a very common belief. If you have like long, beautiful hair, then just like tie them up or cover them. So I had my hair done that day, but when I walked in to turn on the lights, I immediately came back and tied them in a ponytail before my clients arrived. I was like, I'm gonna tie them up. I don't want to get possessed by this. I don't know whatever's in this house. I didn't even know someone died in there till then.
Thank God I put my hair in a bun all the time.
I was like, I'm just gonna tie them up. And I told my sister, I think, this property is haunted. And she's like, that's why I tell you not to go alone to these property showings. I'm like, I'm waiting for my client.
I'll wait outside.
I was like, I'll just wait outside.
So going back to looking up the disclosures, it takes, if someone dies in that property, you have to disclose it within 3 years of that death.
And if it's haunted beyond 3 years, then it's just sheer bad luck.
Well, we were driving in city of San Jose, remember? Weren't we talking about a couple of homes being haunted?
Yes.
Who was telling us?
Oh, your cousin.
Yeah. There was a house that was being haunted and it's still vacant till this day.
I don't know if...
Oh, we were passing by
Winchester Mystery House.
Yes. And you were like, I don't want to go in. And I'm like, it's not that haunted. Yeah.
I heard they dress it up for Halloween.
100%.
Right?
Yeah, but there's real... Oh, she was saying there was a real haunting one in Tracy.
And she said no one goes close to that property because it's like creepy.
Literally haunted.
Haunted. I mean, yes. Don't you believe in ghosts or jinns?
Well, there's some people
or
that
spirits.
don't. Yeah.
Yeah, there's some people who don't, but I mean,
it's really hard.
It's hard.
Let's go down that rabbit hole, right? If someone passes away, did you end up seeing if that house was sold? Did someone end up buying it?
Yes.
So it does sell.
It does sell. Even though they disclose it, it does sell. Because there are some people, like you said, who don't
Was
believe.
it sold at a discounted price?
Yes. It was on the market for maybe a month or so. And then, yes, they had like a price reduction and then it was sold.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, it could be an investor renting it out. How would you know?
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
Doesn't have to be like a home buyer. Maybe an investor bought it, rented it, because it was kind of like remodeled a little bit. So he would
From
just
now
have to,
on, tenants ask if someone died.
if you're superstitious, just ask your landlord.
Oh
but
my God.
okay, so do the landlords have to disclose if somebody died at the property?
Yes.
They do?
Yeah. If they're being asked, yes.
If they're being asked?
Yeah.
If they're honest?
Well, they better be honest. We're in an honest business, right?
Well, not so much.
Yeah. Quack.
Loyalty is rare to find. It's a rare gem in this industry.
100%.
And the clients of mine who are loyal to me are literally my gems.
Yeah. It's CYA. Everybody is, no, it's not CYA. It's with them. What's in it for me, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody's on the what's in it for me. And it's sad, but don't let that get to you and keep you down. Just keep going.
Yes.
But I mean, you could still sell properties. The moral of the story is, if someone dies in the property and it's, haunted or whatever, does it still sell? Absolutely. If it was a completely violent death and multiple deaths probably happened there, like the one in, was it Washington with the 4 college students?
Yes.
They tore it all down. right?
And rebuild something.
And they're probably going to rebuild something. Yeah, if it's something like that and it's such widespread media, then yeah. But if it's one death and it wasn't violent, does the house sell? Absolutely.
Like if it's because of natural causes, or remember that home we toured together where the lady was in hospice? Do you remember there were like these big Greek statues in the backyard?
yeah.
And they were like huge ceramic angels. It was so creepy. You walked into the home and you're like,
It's
okay.
watching me.
And it was literally, there was somebody watching you throughout that house. I don't know if, and it felt like multiple eyes were on you, and there were people crying. It just felt like the house was crying.
Yeah.
I don't know if you felt that vibe, but
Yeah.
it was a very sad house.
Yeah.
And I remember you were my realtor then. And I was the buyer.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yes, back in the days.
And then we asked you that, what's the story of this house? It just seems so sad, Lulu. It feels like the house is crying. And you said, oh, the owner, she's been hospice for like 10 years or something. All the bathtubs were like for special needs and I think disabled. It was, there were hospital beds instead of regular beds throughout the house.
Yeah.
And those angels in the backyard, I'll never forget.
And it's life, right? Everyone will be that age in a long time, I hope.
A very
long time.
You too, Lulu. You too. Stay positive.
But yeah, I mean, it's part of life. And I've been to, again, another place in Stockton where another investor was looking at a property. Literally, it was I want to say time stopped, right? The owner was in hospice, wasn't staying there. So her heirs were taking care of selling the property. And it was in a great location, 2-story, 5 bedrooms, Victorian home. And she was in hospice. So the minute we went to go take a look at it, the kids were like, it's still in the same condition she left it. She's been away at this care home. Now she's been moved to hospice. So we haven't touched anything. Everything's going to go as an estate sale. So you walk in and it's not staged the way we say staged. It's staged from 1950s.
Oh, wow.
With all her old furniture,
antique.
all the antique, the grandfather clocks, everything. You go into her bedroom, her pearl jewelry, her...
Oh, wow.
Probably she considered a queen bed, but it was a day bed. It was so old. The closets were open. A lot of her old clothes were there. And it's like, wow. You know, when you're that age and you buy all this stuff and it's like a museum. It's like, oh my God, she still has things from 1950s and 1960s in here. And then this is going to be an estate sale. Someone else is going to own all this stuff. But it's sad. It's sad. And you were in your forever home. And then what happens?
You just have to leave it all behind.
Yeah. And then you come in, investor, bulldozes the whole thing. And now it's a modern home.
Or changes it into a museum.
It's like a whole cycle. But I've seen that. What was cute? Oh, it was so cute. Her little slippers were still by her bed. I'm like, is this on purpose or did she leave her slippers here still? This is so cute. Yeah. And it was like really tiny too. So I was like, oh my God, this is so cute.
Yeah. Some people just protect their homes and don't do anything to them. I remember going to this property in Tracy recently. It did feel like a museum. They had this really big grand piano and, you know, those old vintage car collection. And you have those, what is that called? Those round discs playing.
The record.
The record playing. And like everything was so old. And it was a very elderly couple and they didn't do much to it. It's been on the I think it's still on the market. But it literally felt like a museum. It had these tiny little statues wearing pearls.
Yeah.
But I feel like nowadays the buyers, some of them have the vision to remodel and upgrade the home. But the other half, I mean, they're so too busy in their lives and jobs. They want everything to be done for them.
Correct.
So if you're listing a property and you have that budget for that renovation and remodel, you can get so much more value for your money.
And there's a lot of people that don't have that budget for the renovation and remodel, right? So it's like, it's so hard. America is getting old.
Yes, yes.
America's getting old, not just humans, but the buildings and the homes. And that's why I don't want to switch into the new construction, but the new construction, man, in California, we need some good new construction homes, right? Like the way they're built, we need them to stand, withstand 100 years.
Yes.
And don't make it look like we're living in a box. Because a lot of them it's like a box. They're so
very boxy and like cookie cuttery
yeah, and I know they're track homes and things like that, but I mean, be a little different.
My only fear sometimes is the speed at which they mass produce these homes.
Sloppy.
One of my friends recently, I believe she bought a home 2 years ago. She was telling me from a very popular builder.
Yeah.
No names. I don't want to get sued. But she said they were installing some recessed lights, I believe, and there are like cracks in her ceiling already. It's just been 2 years. And she said, and it's in Mountain House. So she's like, is Mountain House settling? Why are there cracks in my walls and ceilings? We just got this home 2 years ago. It's a brand new build. I said, definitely ask somebody from their community.
Yeah, it's covered for the next 10 years. It's structural.
I was like, just ask them and they'll come and help you, since it should be under that builder warranty.
Yes, builder warranty. Yeah. But at the end of the day, we need to be more, vocal to some of these builders that are just, building so quickly, so fast. And where's the attention to detail, right? Mm-hmm. And it's not me trying to walk into some of these new construction homes to try to tell them how to build their homes, but it's like, hey, why aren't we putting pendants now? Or why are we just using Formica countertops? Like, what happened to the quartz? Or why are we scaling back? I know, is materials more expensive? Yeah, sure. But then why are you still selling it for $1 million?
Yeah. And then you have those additional costs, about 2% at least, or maybe 3% if you want to factor in those upgrades.
Yeah. We can go on and on about that.
New construction, yeah. Well, there are some new builders we really like. I mean, there are, but I don't know if... Yeah, no names. I don't know. If I can't say bad things, I can't say good things either, I guess.
Exactly.
Unless you partner with us, then we'll promote you a lot.
A lot, exactly. We'll have open houses there. So let's go to the next question. What's the one piece of advice you'd give to someone buying their first home but doesn't trust anyone?
One piece of advice
that you'd give someone buying their first home, but they don't trust anyone.
They don't trust anyone with what, though? With information, with finances, or just generally?
In general, they just don't trust anyone. What would the advice be to that first-time home buyer?
I think the advice I would give that first-time home buyer is definitely find someone you trust who knows real estate to guide you through the process.
Yeah.
Because I feel these buyers, because of the amount of information already provided to them, or which they have access to.
I think overwhelming information.
It's overwhelming.
There's so much information out there.
They feel like they know everything in and out.
Yeah.
But do you really know the forms? Do you know what disclosure means? I mean, you can Google everything, but when you're reading this, do you know how to negotiate like a realtor would for credits, for repairs, there's just so many things under the sun you can negotiate with the seller.
Yeah.
So that you get a better deal at the end of the day. But other than that, and
you have to find someone you trust, is what you're saying.
You have to find someone you trust. Because can you close without a lender? I mean, unless you have collected all that cash and
you're buying with cash.
You're buying with cash. So that's awesome if you can. But if you can't, you will have to trust the lender. You have to trust your escrow officer.
You have to trust the whole team.
You have to trust the team. Or it can get difficult for you to buy this house. I mean, you can, but what if someone just kind of like gives you a home and once you move in, all these other issues pop up, then what? You have to trust the home inspector to do the home inspection, because
100%.
Without that, how would you even negotiate those repairs?
100%. I think my advice to someone that doesn't trust me is, do you know what reserves mean? You're a first-time home buyer. Do you know what reserves mean? You can go look it up. Do you know what reserves means? No. Well, reserves means I have to have 6 months of mortgage and tax and insurance on the side. Correct, but do you really know what it means? That's what it means. 6 months of reserves is not just for you putting money to the side, because PITI, principal, interest, tax, and insurance, should be saved on a rainy day. If COVID were to hit, I can go reach into my reserves. Absolutely. However, I tell all first-time home buyers is if you reserve 6 months, you should be reserving at least 12 months, because if you lose your job, if the roof leaks, if there's some type of maintenance that didn't come up on any of your disclosures, or the water heater bursts the second day you move in, and you spent all of your money putting that down payment down, your 6 months reserves is absolutely gone the first week that you move in.
Yep.
So putting reserves to the side is very, very important. It's not just your principal, interest, tax, and insurance. It's everything else that no one tells you, which is maintaining the house.
Maintaining the house, maintaining your family.
Yes.
Food,
Putting food
gas,
on the table, driving, paying
utilities.
utilities.
Yes.
Those are very important. So great, you have your 3.5% down, your 5% down, but do you have reserves? Reserves is 12 months of everything else that you
Apart
need to
from-
bring to the table. And if you don't, I think the saying is, I don't want you to be house broke, right?
House poor.
House poor, because you spent all your down payment, and you've shown me so many statements, and I'm like, what's their down payment? All of it. So Aatika, they're gonna have $0 in their bank account. Which one are they using? All of it.
All of it.
So where's their reserves?
They're liquidating all of it.
I'm like, do you think this is a smart move? We have a client right now that only had $30,000 liquidating everything. And what did I say? Terminate your BRBC.
Yes.
Terminate it.
Yes.
Because we're not doing right.
By him.
Not just by him.
him.
We're not doing right. We're not ethically making the right decision for this client.
Yes.
I am completely against moving forward with this client. He can't afford it. He doesn't have his reserves. Once he gets into the house, he is house poor, period.
Yes.
Terminate your BRBC.
And I remember you telling
And
me.
Aatika doesn't want to because
Because-
she's a nice.
I'm a big empath, Lulu. I mean, I cannot get past my empathic side. I don't know, so much empathy out
Because
there.
the buyer goes, I want it, I want it, I want it. And it's like, you can't afford it. It's like saying, hey, I want this Lamborghini, but I only have enough for a Honda Civic. But I want the Lamborghini. Okay, buy it and have all this. No, I need it now, Aatika. I
And
want that Lamborghini. I don't care.
And then the buyer tells me, Aatika, can you also pay for it? You, since you work for me, you have to pay for my Lamborghini. And I'm like,
oh my God.
me being me, I'm like, here you go. You can have some money for your Lamborghini. And I did
I'm
end
like,
up
Aatika, did you terminate the BRBC? No.
instead.
What did you do? I'm going to agree to lower, and help him pay for it. What?
I'm going to contribute towards this Lamborghini, Lulu. You know
That
me.
you can't afford.
He can't.
We're working on it. We're working on it.
Yeah, we're working on it. Well, maybe he could afford it if,
Sells assets.
sells assets.
Yeah.
Yes. If
But-
or when.
Does anyone want to buy the assets right now? No.
No.
Yeah. See?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so if you wanna play in the Olympic pool, make sure you have the right gear on.
Well, at least learn how to swim.
Learn how to swim. And if you don't know, go play in the little kiddie pool, learn, build it up, then come back here in the Olympic pool. I'm sorry. I don't know. Quack. These are real stories though. Real.
Yes.
And unfortunately, will I walk away from $30,000, $50,000 of commission all day long? And I've done it before. And to me, it's not worth the craziness and the additional job or additional hat you're going to put on, because you're going to be pulled through that fire,
Yes.
that trench, and you're going to get your knees scraped, your clothes turn off, and you're like, Aatika, did you take notes on that one? Did you put that one down?
I'm like,
Did you?
Lulu, I just went to war. Like, seriously, don't ask me these questions. I just came back from war. Transactions feel like that.
Yeah.
They feel like you've gone to war.
Did you put more bullets in your gun because you need it?
Yeah.
Did you put the extra armor on? I know you're bleeding right now, but please put the extra armor on. I mean, right? I mean,
Yes.
because I'm trying to protect you, Aatika. I can't put any more oxygen in your nose. But remember, I told you about 2 weeks ago to terminate? This is what happens when you want to keep playing.
Yeah. Lulu's sarcasm sometimes is I just don't know what to say.
You want to play the game? There you go.
Here you go. This is all you need. Extra armor, some weapons.
Here's some bullets.
Some bullets.
Go fight. I'm right here cheering you
Call
on.
me when you need me. Like Lulu loves to say, which I do all the time. I call her like 100 times a day.
Oh, call me if you need me. I'm here. I'm supportive.
The other day, my husband was joking that I should get married to Lulu because I'm always on the phone with her. And he was like, once you do get married, maybe then you guys will stop talking like married couples too. I'm like, wow.
I think that's just a sign of jealousy. You need to address that. Face the problem. And that's what happens when you have a real estate job and you hustle the way you do and you're away from family and husbands and kids. They're trying to cry for help. Fine. Go talk to her and go marry her. Right?
Yes.
So but you're doing the right thing. You're coming home with food and your beautiful self and saying, hey.
Thank you, Lulu. You're kind.
You're trying to make sure that still
Yeah.
is positive,
So
right?
I'm like, which is why sometimes when the buyers act the way they do, it can become a little frustrating from a buyer's agent point of view because you're sacrificing all that time away from your kids and family. And
It's a whole circle.
it's a whole circle. And then these people, obviously, they want to buy the best home for their family. And that's what we want to help them with. But then don't waste anyone's time or energy or efforts, or just be honest. I think the only thing we can expect from
Is
a buyer
honesty.
is honesty and transparency. Just say you don't want to work. I don't think it's a good match. Maybe we want to look. To be honest, no realtor will be like, hey, how dare you say that to me? They'll be like, I respect you for,
Absolutely.
valuing my time.
Honesty is the best policy. It goes in every industry. And I have to give credit to my grandmother, who's not with us, but she's always say honesty is the best policy. I think that's why I'm who I am.
Yeah, my parents were the same way. Super blunt, honest, no matter what.
Yeah. So terminate the agreement.
But Lulu, I want to help him pay for his Lamborghini.
No more Lamborghinis here. Okay, let's go to the next question. Is it true that credit matters more than income?
What do you think, Lulu? Maybe I should ask you this question. Let me read it out for you. Is it true that credit matters more than income?
False. Absolutely false. So, in my own humble opinion, credit and income go hand in hand. The most important outlook is affordability, right?
Yes.
Regardless of income and credit, the first question is, what can you afford?
Yes.
And again, we go back to our coaching, right?
Yes.
What can you afford? And you said some first-time home buyers say what? I don't know.
I don't know. I think I can buy $1 million house. I'm like, how did you come up with that number? Can you afford the $1 million home? And then we have to get all those extra details about who's working, for how long, what their income looks like.
Who's going to be on the deed? Who's going to come? Yeah. You've got to look at everything. Income is great. Credit is great. But the real question is, how much can you afford?
Yes.
And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I don't care if you have a 660 credit score, and I don't care if you have a $20,000 income, right? How much can you afford? And you can share the story, because this is a recent client of ours from yesterday.
Yes.
And I said, Aatika, let's strategize. We strategized, ran some numbers, and he wants a $1.3 million home. And we ran it for current rates. I'm like, it's a $9,200 monthly mortgage. Mm-hmm. And you come back to me and saying, well, he makes $17,000.
Oh, Lulu, $12,000. Well,
explain that.
So my client is telling me, hey, my gross income is $12,000 and I already own a property, which is $800,000. And I want to buy another one for 1.1 million. So my first question was like, well, do you plan on keeping your current home, or do you want to sell it, or do you want to rent it? What are your plans? And he said, well, I would like to rent it out and I would like to purchase this property. So then Lulu and I got together with strategizing about how to help this client. So we were like, why don't you provide all your income? We will see what we can do. Maybe we can pull a HELOC from your home. Maybe we can do a swing loan. And then just general strategic options about what he can do if he were to just put 5%, 10%, 20% down without having to do all those things.
And we even said, who else can come to the table and bring extra income? Wife can come to the table and bring some income, but her credit score is low, right? Okay, so let's leave that off. I mean, we went through
for like a very long time. I think we spent like 3 days after
Yes.
just strategizing with the lender, with everybody about what everyone's rates are like. And then finally we had the conversation with him yesterday. I said, just bottom line. I mean, I gave him all the options and he said, oh my God, this is a lot. Because we were also giving him the option of buying something while renting his current home. He'll have the vacancy rate, the maintenance, the deficit he still needs to cover. Even if he rents that property, he still needs to cover like part of his mortgage for that home.
Yeah. And people need to slow down when they say, oh, I'm just going to rent it. It's not income to income. It's not dollar for dollar. Just because you can rent it for $3,000 doesn't mean $3,000 goes in your pocket. You need to make sure 30% of that $3,000 is to the side, and does 70% of that $3,000 cover your mortgage? And in this case, no, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, his mortgage is
much higher.
Much higher.
Like at least about $1,500 to $1,800.
So there's a deficit on just mortgage alone, and then you have to go add vacancy and maintenance, right? You don't have a vacancy now, but you might have it in the future. There's no maintenance now, but you might have it, and that's to prepare yourself for the future, not just now.
And what if it never rents out? Or what if it's on the market for months? Will you be able to pay 2 mortgages with the $12,000 gross income? I said, so if you buy this property and your current one, I need to ask you a question. You want to buy $2 million worth of $1.9 million worth of property with $12,000 monthly income.
And mind you, $9,000 on the new home, $4,000 on the existing home. Even if you rent it, and let's say nobody rents it, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. How are you going to pay your utilities? How are you going to put food on the table?
Yes.
So that was not a good option.
Yes, and the monthly mortgage for both properties combined is more than what he's making. So I said, do you think this is the right path for you? We just advise him that if he really wants to upgrade or upsize right now, we can help him sell his home so he nets that money from that equity from that home, uses that with whatever assets he currently has, and then just clubs everything and
although he is completely in love with this new home or this home that's on the market right now,
yes,
we had to pull that emotion back and say, hey, we know you love this home, but
we cannot push you into
patience. So patience is a virtue right now. We need to make sure your family and you're right before we push you to go into this home and be house broke or house poor.
Yeah, or he'll probably foreclose in a
and
few
we
months.
don't want that. And we have, again, this is a new relationship, and this is the things that we do to strategize with you to make sure you're making a good decision, not just now, and not just to line our pockets with commission or no commission. To us, it's irrelevant.
It's
right? We want to make sure that we're making the right decision for our client. And can he choose anybody tomorrow? Absolutely. After we did a 1-hour session with him, after we did 3 days of strategizing and making sure that he has all the options available for him, he can absolutely find somebody else tomorrow.
Yes.
But we're counting on the relationship, the knowledge, and everything that we brought to the table for him, all for free. We're consulting, right? We're truly consulting.
We're very transparent, and we just want to do right by them and protect them financially, we just don't want them to be in a situation where they're like, oh my God, what did I get myself into? Oh no, I cannot afford this.
Yeah.
Or what did I do? And he can go with another realtor, buy this property he loves, be underwater.
And we could be the typical realtor, sell this,
you
buy
want
this,
let's buy it.
Let's do it.
You can afford 5%. Let's go do it.
And let's go rip up another explosive grenade. Is the big brokerages want you to focus on production. They want you to go sell him that that house and list that house and then go to the next and sell that house and list this house. We don't operate that way. That's why we're a boutique small brokerage, and we're going to dig deeper into that clientele. So yeah, we're not turning, 1,000 clients a month. But guess what? We're going to make sure that we're consultative. Our approach is very consultative, and we want to make sure that you make the right decision. If we don't just close one, we might close 4 with you, right?
Yeah.
And
We want that long-term relationship.
different
like you said.
services. Yeah, that's what Just One Network is we bring in that
So
multiple services.
Our company slogan is service beyond the sale.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to give you an example for that. So I had my housewarming party this weekend, and I invited a client over. I mean, I helped her purchase a home in my
You
neighborhood.
did? I didn't know that.
So I think she moved in 3 weeks ago, and I told her, you know what, you're new to the area. I'm going to introduce you to like some friends locally, so you don't feel lonely and you develop those relationships as well. So I invite her, and she was so happy and she was so sweet. She kept telling everybody, Aatika was my realtor. She just helped us buy our home, and she wanted us to meet. She wanted me to have friends, and she wanted to introduce me to the local community, which is why she invited me over. And then I told her, remember what I told you, service beyond the sale. So this is what we do. We want that long-term relationship.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's what's so beautiful about you, is that you always extend that humbleness and like come and eat some food and drinks and stay a little while, even though it's like midnight or 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, my last guest left at like 5 in the morning.
And I was like, Aatika beat me up that day because I was running around with a lot of her clients. And I got home about 6, and I had to jump on another conference call till 7. And then I talked to her at 7:30 at night, and she's like, "Are you coming over?" I'm like, "It's 8 o'clock. I'm gonna get in my pajamas." She goes, "Just put a shirt on and just come over." And I asked my son, I'm like, "Do you want to go over?" He goes, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Okay, we're coming over." And oh my God, I mean, it was amazing. Like, yeah.
Thank you for coming over, Lulu. Even if it was like at 8 o'clock and you were taking my clients around in the afternoon, that was really nice of you.
You're welcome. Of course, I'm there for you. I'm not, I'm not just that voice in the background. I'm like, yeah, I'll roll up my sleeves any day. I'll even change your oil if you want me to, I think. I don't know.
You have picked me up when my tire went flat after going to new construction community.
That's true.
So, yeah.
And the favor was returned too. So I recently had a flat tire. So, yeah, and that's what the team is about, right? We help each other. So it's not just about being a realtor. It's really being a community too, and giving back, right? Mm-hmm. And we love doing that. We love to share our knowledge. We probably don't know everything. Hence, Just One Network, right?
Yes.
We're not the jack of all trades, master of none, but we are the master delegator.
Yes,
Yeah.
we have all the masters, all the area experts we can introduce you to and connect you to. So we offer that service. It's a one-stop shop.
Yeah.
Just One Network.
Yes, we have a lot, and our network shares the same values, right?
Yes.
So they love to educate, and that's one of my passion, is really just educating everybody and coaching everybody to do not just our specialty, but do the right thing. Right? Mm-hmm. Even when you don't terminate an agreement, I'm just gonna keep giving you a hard time.
Yeah, she's gonna give me a hard time for a little while. Well, I've been in escrow for 45 days, so what do you expect? I'm not gonna end the hero. I'm not gonna
hear the end of it.
the end of it.
You better cross your fingers, pray to Allah, and say, "We're closing on Friday." Yeah.
Inshallah.
And if I see you on Monday with all gray hair, I won't be surprised.
Well, half of mine are already gray now, Lulu. Someone recently told me at the party, "Hey, you have that salt and pepper look going on." I said, "But I'm only 32. What are you talking about?"
That's what happens when you're in real estate for as long as you have. And it's like, hey, it's giving you thicker skin. That's what we need.
Yeah. Yes. I agree.
So let's go to the next question. How much power does a realtor really have to change a family's financial destiny?
Changing a family's financial destiny.
How much power does a realtor really have to change a family's financial destiny? Absolutely. You are the key to growing or staying stagnant. Absolutely. That, and it goes back to service beyond the sale, right?
Yes.
I mean, you can get during the COVID days when everybody was bidding $100, $200, $300,000 above list price. And not to throw shade on some people, but I was definitely not that realtor that would post on social media and said, we sold this house $300,000 over list price. Not to say that that's going to give you more accolade, but why are you proud to say that, right? Is that really great on the buyer's point of view? You just blasted for your seller, mind you, unilaterally, and that's my favorite word right now, unilaterally, that you just blasted that the buyer was such an idiot for buying that house $300,000 over list. And to me, it's not a cohesive strategy, right? If you want to be one of those realtors that blast on social media that you close a sale, close it, explain it, but don't parade around that you did it $300,000 over. And fast forward to 2025, we have lots of examples where a house might not be $1.9 million anymore. It's probably $1.7 million in Mountain House, right? A lot of people bought it for 1.8, 1.9. Oh, it has a 10,000 square foot lot size. Well, is it 1.9 million right now? Absolutely not. Is it 1.7? Yes. You might want to stay in it for another 10 years and it'll probably creep up back to 1.9.
Yes.
But it's adjusted. And unfortunately, I can go back. I don't know if Facebook lets me go back to kind of scrape all those guys.
When we go to all these properties, you know that 2022 is when some of these buyers have bought their homes for that really high price. But then you have to factor in the interest rates they were getting then, which is why I feel like they've bought them at these prices. So now when you want to sell those homes right now in today's market at the same prices, it's not going to happen. Look at the interest rate. The buyers won't be able to afford it. So we have to adapt to how the market is behaving right now. If you bought something worth 1.9 at a 2% interest rate and you want someone to buy it today at a 7% interest rate, it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. But what you want to do, and unfortunately, would you have gotten into those homes in COVID days at the list price? Probably not. But at the end of the day, yes, you bought it for 1.9. It kind of adjusted because of how the interest rates are right now. And going back to the question, do you have the power as a realtor to change that family's financial trajectory? Yes, you do. Because now you got them in a $1.9 million home, $200,000 above list. And now today's market, that same home is probably 1.7. So can they sell it today if they wanted to move? Absolutely not. They're minus 200,000. So yes, we just impacted that family's financial trajectory. So instead of selling, what we would say is let's look at renting, right? Do you want to move? Absolutely. We've grown out of this house. Okay. What's your financial situation? What can you afford? While maintaining this, because we don't want to sell your house, even though I want to list this house, but because you're $200,000 negative and the BPO says you're underwater, let's rent this because you got that, you took advantage of that 2.5%. So we can cash flow this property and then move you into another property so you can, buy a new one at the interest rates today. And then later we can sell this one in the future. Once we build that 200,000. So absolutely, I agree. Your realtor is your key to either taking you down
or take advantage of you.
Yeah, taking you down or growing your wealth. Because let's be real. It might be biased, but you're going to be able to grow your wealth through real estate. Period. End of story. There's just your sweat equity, you going to a 9-to-5 job, you going to be a barista for 80 hours a week, you changing tires, you being the president of a company. That sweat equity will not grow wealth. That will be one stream of income, but you need to be able to invest in multiple, I always say 7, multiple streams of income to get you to where you want, especially when you have kids, right? Because your kids, I just heard on a story. Kids cost $400 to $500,000 a year or to have. Like, remember we were just talking about how
Yes.
Trump is
Giving away $5,000 per kid.
yeah, to have babies because the population is
My
decreasing.
friend just had a baby and she's like, do I qualify? I just had a baby. Will you give me $5,000? I said,
Go
I'm
look.
sorry.
It might be blah blah blah.gov. Go
never
take
know.
go take a look. Go submit.
And she's like, if I have twins, then am I eligible for
$10,000.
$10,000?
I would go look at it right now. But to raise them, it's about $500,000 in the United States, right? That's probably why, and this is all hearsay. This is probably why people are not having kids anymore because affordability. And it goes back to, hey, you want to have lots of kids, you better start investing in more homes.
Better stop buying lots of diapers in bulk.
Exactly.
They can get expensive very fast.
You can go to Alibaba from China. You can get like 10,000 for $5. I don't know how good that's going to be, but
I don't need that.
not Amazon, Alibaba. Have you heard of Alibaba?
Yeah.
Okay.
For wholesale.
They only do wholesale bulk. Okay.
Bulk.
Plug. Send us our monetization later. Okay, so let's see. What's the craziest story you have about someone who made a bad real estate investment?
I'm sure Lulu can go on about this for hours.
I can. Oh my God. Again, same scenario where it was COVID time and an investor the investor partnered with somebody and said, I'm going to buy these 3 homes in Oakland and they're so good because we can cash flow, blah, blah, blah. They bought the 3 homes, they renovated it, and then the market started shifting. They were done with 2 of them, 1 more renovation for the 3rd. And they had a house in Mountain House. They invested in 3 homes. And they got renters in the first 2. They were finishing the 3rd one. And it was probably 2022 going to 2023 during that time. And they wanted to sell that one because it was just eating up too much of their cash flow from the first 2. So they were underwater when they put it on the market. They were because it required a lot of renovation. They were underwater about $100,000.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So they were trying to sell it for 1.2, 1.3. But in that area, they were selling for 1.1. They were getting offers closer to 1. And it was a hard money loan.
Oh.
So there was a balloon payment at the end. And they were getting close to that. And like, what do I do, Lulu? What do I do? I'm like, what's your situation? You want me to list a house? Well, whatever I need to do, I need to get rid of this loan. I'm coming up to my 12 months and I need to pay it. Do I just borrow from my existing primary home to pay it off? I said, how's your wife gonna feel? She'll be pissed at me. And I'm like, do you want to lose your primary home? Well, I can move into this one. I don't know if my family wants to move into this one. I'm like, I would ask your wife.
Yes.
I'm not your wife. See how she feels about that. And if it's a no, at the end of the day, you have to take your loss.
Yeah.
Because every single month you're losing,
Yes.
right? And you have to just take your loss. And so he didn't tap into it. Actually, it was a horse story. They got into a really big fight, and I think they're
Don't tell me.
filing for the D. So he overextended himself.
Yeah.
That's a story of overextending yourself because you thought you could take advantage of the market, and it actually blew up in your face. And it shifted. And you need to know when the market shifts. I mean, you don't just blindly say, okay, I'm going to go invest in 5 more properties right now. Like, understand your market, right? Understand the market you're in. Understand the consequences. Do a whole analysis. Fast forward, he ended up selling it. He was supposed to be $100,000 over budget on the renovation. He ended up selling it for a $50,000 loss, right? And he recouped some of that renovation loss too. So it wasn't as bad and then he had to split with his partner. So this amount that, when you become greedy,
This is what happens.
that's what happens. You got to plan right. You got to plan right. And if you don't, you learn from your mistake and you go to the next one, right?
Yeah.
I always say, quack. Take it at the chin. No comment. Next question.
Next question. What is the biggest mistake first-time home buyers always make?
Thinking they can afford a house when they can't.
Yes.
They still do it today.
They still do it today. Someone recently told me that, hey, I want to buy a home. I don't want to pay anything towards a down payment.
Oh my God.
And
This is the one that has a high income, right?
he wanted to tour an $800,000 home. And I said, 100% financing? He said, yes. I said, what do you have saved up? Even to initiate that grant, you'd probably need to put some money down. And he said, nothing. I don't want to pay anything. I said, well, it doesn't work that way. You'll have to put money towards either, initiating that
Closing costs, yeah.
and initiating that loan even. I think it's about 2% or something, one of the grants at least. So I was like, just to initiate that, you'll probably need 2%. And I said, you have that? He said, no. I said, well, let me connect you to the lender and he will explain
assess.
it
Yeah.
and assess your situation. But yes, I think the biggest mistake is how much can they afford?
Yeah.
Everybody wants to believe they can afford more than what they can actually afford till you actually dive deeper into their financial situation.
And the other myth is buying a house with zero down. That's another myth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Either I can buy it with as little money as possible. I can buy it with 100% financing. I can buy it I can afford this even though I make $8,000. No. Let's take a look. Let's step back. Take a look at your situation. Let's be honest. Let's squash this myth.
Mm-hmm.
If you want grants out there, most, if not all grants, if you want to do 100% financing, there's going to be restrictions on those grants. They're not just, if they gave grants to everybody,
then everybody would just be using grants.
Yeah, everybody for 100% financing. So they have to put some rules out there, and a lot of those rules are going to be subject to income restriction, subject to the county location, subject to that program. Are you a firefighter, teacher, police officer, whatever? Subject to agriculture.
Some cities have the subject to first-time home buyer, but it depends on which city you're buying in.
Before we log off, we always like to stop by at a coffee shop. We're not getting sponsored or promoting anybody, but we did stop at a local coffee shop, and I think I like this one just because, one, they have coconut milk. Two, they're a little fancy. I don't do a lot of the fancy stuff. I always do the basic stuff, but I forgot what mine was called, but it was super yummy. It had coconut flakes and some
Me too. I think they had some sort of like an Hawaiian-inspired menu.
Yes.
Because of Lilo and Stitch, the movie coming out, and
that
they were like
so awesome.
Promoting that movie.
So today,
pure grind.
We went to Proudly Pouring Pure Grind today, so it's awesome. Thank you for the coffee today. In Modesto. So just a plug for everybody. And then
this just supports local businesses. We like to explore and go to, because why not? It was a great coffee shop.
Yeah, we are completely in promotion of local businesses. Not to say we're not for the big franchises, but you guys are already making a lot of money.
Yes. So these people deserve some light.
So thank you guys for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed our podcast.
Thank you.
Give us some feedback, follow, do whatever you want.
Actually, I want to listen to some of your horror stories with your clients ghosting you if you have.
Literally ghosting you and literally ghosts in the room.
Both of those. The horror stories and the other horror stories.
Right? No more blood, no more cleanup and stuff. That was kind of,
Yeah, that was
sus. My son, my 9-year-old son says, that's sus, Mom. This house is sus. I'm like, okay, I got you. Stay in the car.
I feel JD.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining the Lulu and Aatika show.
See you next time.